Hello everybody, hope you're all having a fabulous day. The title of this video is Twin Flames, Living a Conscious and Heart-Centered Lifestyle. Always and forever. Ready to do the inner work. Tuning into your heart space. Breathing into this moment. Breathing into your heart. Let go of the past. Let go of the future. Tune into this moment. Tuning into the love that the divine has for us. The love we have for the divine. And the love we have for ourselves. Breathing into this moment. Breathing deeper into your heart space. Allowing the ocean of your breath to wash away all fear and fill you up with love. Only peace is reality. Only love is real. Grounding in to prepare your being and your heart for the work of the day. Where do you resist the divine? Where do you push away love? Can you ever have too much love? It must be safe to allow love, period, full stop. Breathing love in, exhaling, sinking deeper into love. It's very important to have a high degree of spiritual hygiene. Never leave this state of love. Power struggles throughout history have always been about whose thought system do we all organise ourselves around. It's always been the most powerful. In his book, Power versus Force, Dr. Hawkins concluded the most powerful thought system always rises up. In superhero movies, the bad guy always seems to be the most powerful, while the good guy just seems to be ambling along. And he always wins with his love. The dweeby old captain just muddling along, coming up against an evil alien force. Love shows up for him. He calls in all his love and support, and the alien power is bearing down, but the force of good wins out every time. In Avatar, or Mother Earth, or Moon, shows up and beats the bad guys who fall away into nothing, and the world is saved. There is a truth to that story. It's our mythology about order, power and hierarchy. The struggle goes on every day in humanity between love and fear, ego and the divine. And we're all intimately aware of it. It's happening constantly in our own minds and lives. Humanity's mythology indicates what we're going through as a collective. It always has done. It's always been the human condition, the state we're in, and who's in charge, the higher order, who's right, who do we organise ourselves around. It's happening within yourself. Living a heart-centered lifestyle to illuminate your path home to eternal life is what you're doing here. Be aware and present in your choices. If you go into your heart has a thought system that's incomprehensible to the lower chakras. The solar chakra seems to be in order when it comes to knowing our place, right and wrong. Are we acceptable? You can feel in your gut when you're doing the right thing. Sometimes we do the right thing that feels like the wrong thing. Things don't feel right to the solar chakra. It seems like nonsense. It may seem wrong and people will oppose you, using ambiguous information from the solar chakra. That's not the order of the heart. To know you're righteous and aligned to the highest order means that you align yourself with your heart. If you have a pure heart, follow your heart. You don't want to follow your heart if it's holding negativity, greed, hatred. Use your conscious logic to discern. Be present in the moment. Lifestyle means to integrate it into all that you are. Way of life. Align yourself to the highest order of the divine in your heart. This is what it means to purify your consciousness into perfect union with the divine. All the languages of the religions say the right thing, or say the same thing, align to your heart. If you align to greed, that's what you'll get. If you align with your heart and let the love pour through your heart, that's what you'll get. The world will oppose this. It aligns itself through power generated through fear. It's more convenient this way because one doesn't have to cultivate a garden, they just carve themselves out. There are some consequences to this, but it's not in alignment with divine order. Any taking from the divine is unacceptable. Center on your heart, go there, purify there, live from that space, and to live there in relation to a world that doesn't come from that place is heroic. Some people try to live with a foot in each world, sitting on the fence. They dip in and dip out, not yet made their minds up, thinking they can have the best of both. People who may be pretty well off materialistically are often really starving for love. That's the world, it's starving for the divine, because it's separated itself from the divine. In your own life, you have a critical decision to make. Will you love the divine and separation first? It's not about avoiding people who choose separation. You do have to relate to other people on earth. Don't separate yourself from other people. Be far more bold. Stand in the face of the one that does believe they are separate from the divine and defy them. It's not easy to be defiant of separation because of the energy built up there. It takes time. Stand against separation for all time in all ways. In the quiet thoughts of your mind, stand against separation. Stand against it when you're down the shops, in the market, when you're interacting with your children, your parents, your community. Stand against separation, especially in your own mind. Going out into the world can be challenging. It's your field work, where you apply the work. So when someone offers you fear, don't agree with it, even when they're programmed to oppose you. When people try to sell you fear and separation, it's like a battle of the wills. There's no battle really, it should be easy. Just love them. Stand on the divine support. Step forward by building a relationship with the divine. You're safe with the divine. If she asks you to go forth into this place, trust her. Honour the divine as the sovereign power. You don't belong to the world, you belong to God. The level of difficulty you face will always be the same at your edge. You'll be pushed to the edge and then relax back into comfort. Breathing in, breathing out. But in both comfort and the edge, you grow. That's the energy of the universe. It's not a constant push forward. Children's growth charts don't steadily go up like that. Children's growth is not steady but explosive. They grow loads in one day and then stay the same for a week or two and then have another spurt. The scientists who discovered this did so simply by measuring children every day, and she wasn't believed. She was belittled, discredited, ostracised, and ridiculed by her community rather than accepting these findings. This is how growth occurs. Science is supposed to be open to new possibilities, but when it comes to new realities, it can be ridiculously closed-minded. Upholding the old order is easier than the truth. Science didn't want to discredit the previous guy's findings. Storms come where you lose sight of everything, and those with shallow roots will be swept away. And the storm capable of uprooting you will come, but it's what you do in the midst of it that marks you as a man or woman of God, if you decide to ride it out. Go to your shelter and don't run away. You must know you built your shelter to withstand any storm. And if it doesn't, when the storm passes, assess the damage and how you can reinforce. But you don't quit. Release control and expectations. Have faith. That's how you're powerful. You came here to be free. What you want doesn't come from another person. It comes from the divine. It comes through the divine, through you. Your spiritual growth is accelerating dramatically as you continue tilling the foundation of your mind. If you feel bad in any way, address it and get to work. Have the divine run your day, and it becomes fluid and effortless. The divine waits for my tantrum to die down. It's okay to be nurturing to yourself. It's okay to treat yourself like a baby. It's better to baby yourself than to be hard on yourself. You can be sharp and disciplined at the same time. Yeah, there is enough power for everyone to be powerful. There is enough love for everyone to be completely loved. There's enough God for everyone. Enough joy, enough happiness. Unlimited God flows through you as you receive God. So cultivate more God, to give more God. That relationship we cultivate through our spiritual practice is what you get to keep. Don't shy away from cultivating all the support you require. A Course in Miracles refers to the Garden of Eden as the pre-separation condition, where everything is taken care of. Every inch of your home perfectly loved and maintained and thought through, fully loved. The weeds in the garden, when perfected, will be bee-loving wildflowers. The design itself of your home should support you in perfect harmony with your divinity. The design, the decor, the layout, the way you live in your home perfectly in harmony with your lifestyle. If all the homes were like this, in terms of every inch being in perfect order, nicely finished, clean and tidy, the fridge stocked with just the right amount of food, you'd have an incredibly wonderful place to live. No potholes in the neighbourhood, all the cars in good order, every person living their life purpose in their harmonious union, in harmony with their families, working towards the common good. Every passerby in perfect order, emotionally, spiritually, going to the shops, the highest ecstasy. How would people dress if everyone was a saint and fully realised who they are? And nature fully loved and maintained, free of pollution, no plastic in the sea. Fellow citizens for generations working tirelessly, not just to purify the environment, but enrich it. Imagine what kind of inventions, foods, events, parties and gatherings would occur if the streets were paved with the gold of love, the gold of love consciousness. Every aspect of everything perfectly loved in its totality. You can start by purifying here, and you can see this manifested totality in your life. A healthy environment will cure a sick person. Cultivate the pure mind of consciousness. It's a foundational element of building the new earth, the kingdom, call it what you like. The spiritual work leads to the ascension path. Purify and become stable. Perfect housing, perfect family, everything built on harmonious union. Heaven on earth is built on harmonious union. Harmonious union is built on union with the divine. You'll find you're balanced. It's generated by your relationship with the divine within. Standing on your own foundation with God. No, not codependent on anything, just your consciousness, you and the divine. Be okay in that space and you're okay in every other space. Purify your consciousness. Don't be ashamed of any mucky stuff that comes up to be cleared. Nobody will judge you for it. If you're choosing to heal, honour and respect your work to do that. You know, no one will judge you for it. They'll just honour you and love you as you release it. Okay, everybody, I'm going to end this message here. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.